What about deal sizes? So you guys don't have a ground game internally, right? Are you willing to take
We're
down?
working on that right now. I think the ground game, we revisit strategy regularly, and for everyone's going to have an opinion on this, but I would think that, well, from my opinion, in the past couple of years, it ebbs and it flows. But you can take a look at the undeveloped component of a package that's either publicly or privately brokered, and the undeveloped component of the dollars per NRA that you pay for that as part of a package could be plus or minus what you pay an individual on a ground game. And sometimes there's always dislocation. So sometimes you're actually paying more is for those undeveloped NRAs as part of a package, and sometimes you're paying less versus the ground game. That being said, I think you need to have your fingers in both pies in order to understand the arbitrage between the two. So we're looking heavily into doing that right now and seeing what the capital allocation is going to be on the ground. And again, that's buying things that largely the more it gets developed, the more you're going to have to buy things that are developed. All right, more PDP and ducts and permits. But it's more about how can we accretively make these acquisitions in areas that we like that's going to get developed not just next year, but in 2025 and beyond. So we're gonna be very surgical in the areas and the buy boxes that we put forth. We may have a two-tiered approach to where we have a surgical team to go in for isolated strikes and a broader team to go in for a basin approach. But we're looking at both of those right now to augment the package acquisitions. I think both are very interesting. And like I said, there's an arbitrage in the undeveloped dollars per NRA between the two. But if you're not, to know the game, you have to be in the game. So you have to be in both games to understand where the ARB and the best value lies.
Yeah, well, I did a webinar a couple months ago and with a bunch of the PE shops, and Peter Ray, NGP, was on, and he was just like, we love the ground game, but the ground game gets hot and then it gets cold, and you can't panic either way. You just got to understand that it ebbs and flows, like you said, but it's important. I think calling it an arbitrage opportunity, knowing which side to play on that is a great way to categorize it, because that's really what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I think about it. I mean, yeah. But if you're not in both, you don't know what that ARB is. And maybe some years where you just shut down package acquisitions altogether and double down on ground, and vice versa. You just have to play the cycles.